Hi, my name is Anil. Today we are going to talk about database procedures. In the last session, we talked about database function. If you have not watched that video, I would request you to watch that first. Let's look at what are the database procedures. So database procedures are pre-compiled SQL statements, which means it's efficient, it's fast. And the difference between function and procedure, function returns a value, whereas in procedure, there is a way to get the values out of the calculation. But how do we do that? Let's look at it here. So you will notice that we have in and out variables. And there is a third kind of category, in-out variable itself. So procedure will have in variable, out variable. In general, what we do, if we need to pass an argument, we use in parameter. And in case if we want any calculation to come out, so since it does not return a value, what we can do is we can get that value output in the out variable. So that is in general how we do. Procedures or functions can be called from another PL/SQL block of code, which means it can be called from a trigger, function, procedure, etc. And then the benefit of using procedures is we can have abstraction, because someone who's calling that procedure, they do not need to know about what is the implementation we have in procedures. So that's kind of abstraction, and procedures are used as an interface for doing complex work and keeping all implementation details abstract. So let's have a look how the procedures can be created, and let's look at the example. In this example today, we first will create one employee table. This employee table has ID, name, and salary. We will create one interface, a procedure, which will help us to insert the record in this table. And it will also be able to throw exception in case something went wrong. So as part of this logic, what we are going to do, this ID field, we are not going to have this auto generated, rather than we are going to write the logic how this ID can be generated, and every time it is the max value available in the database structure. So let's create the table first. I'm creating one employee table having ID, name, salary. Running this to create database table. Table is created now. The next is I want a procedure to be created which will take care of the insertion logic, and it will also generate the primary key, which is ID. Pasting block of code here. Let's understand how the procedures can be created. So create or replace, that is to tell that if the procedure is already created, let's replace it. Otherwise, let's create. This is the procedure name, create underscore employee. We are passing one parameter as name, because ID ultimately we are going to generate. So the logic is written below. We are passing second parameter as salary, and we want this output to come in p underscore message, which is out parameter of this procedure. And after that declaration, we can define any variable. So for now, I have specified one variable as maximum employee ID. Then our main or the body of the procedure starts from begin to end. In here, what I'm doing, I'm checking the maximum ID from employee table, and there is NVL function. So NVL function is very useful in some cases. If the ID is null, or in this case it will be 0, but what I have done, I just created NVL. If it is null, this will be replaced with 0. So null could be in some scenarios where it is not integer or number column. So we are taking NVL max of ID, assigning it to L max ID, and then what I'm doing, I'm incrementing this to 1, incrementing it by 1. This will, if in case there is no data present in the database table, this will give us 0, and then this max employee ID will be 1. So the first employee which will be created in this table will have ID as 1. And next onward, it will increment by 1, which means next employee which will be created in this table will have 2x ID against that employee. Now what I'm doing, I'm inserting record here. I'm inserting ID, which is from the local parameter, and 2 are from the parameter of the procedure itself. After this is inserted successfully, I am giving out variable message record saved successfully. And in case of any exception, this is the way to capture the exception. I'm catching all the exceptions, super level exception, using others keyword there, and then I'm raising any application error, giving issues while inserting the record. You can make it more specific by catching SQL error message, which can be which we have seen in the last tutorial. And now if I execute and compile this procedure, this procedure is created. Time to call this procedure. So I have written a block of code. Procedure cannot be called from a SQL statement like select query, the way we did it in the function. Rather than we have to write a block of code, we have to define. If we want to capture the out variable, we have defined this in here. Then we are calling create employee. I'm passing my name along with the salary, and p message, which is a variable to capture the output, and that output we are printing using dbms output.putLine. Let's run this. So as you can see, a statement processed. This is the message coming from procedure itself, and since we have consoled it, it is coming as record saved successfully. Let's also check the value in our EMP table. So as you can see, this record is created. We have not used insert or DML query directly, rather than we used procedure as an interface for creating record in this table. So this was very quick example how the procedures can be created and executed. There could be complex scenarios, and I have seen hundreds and thousands of rows of procedures. These are unique way of handling the business logic. So let me know in the comment section if you are able to understand the concept, and if you have any further queries, I will be happy to help you. Thanks for watching.